it's your girl Shauna J. Thank you so much for tuning into my channel. So appreciate you guys stopping by. I have a special video for you guys. And you know, in all the years I've been doing fragrance videos here on YouTube, I've never done this video because I always felt like I was not disciplined enough to do a video like this. Because in order to do a video like this, in order to carry out a video like this, you have to be disciplined. You have to say, okay, I'm gonna wear this fragrance today, I'm gonna remember the occasion, I'm gonna document the occasion, and I'm gonna document the fragrance, and then I'm gonna come a whole week later and then I'm gonna do the video. And that just seems like a lot to me, but I just, you know, I felt this because it's kind of in line with what my channel is all about, which is wearing and enjoying affordable / cheap fragrances. So if you want to know what I wore last week, if you want to know what I was smelling like for the entire week and what the occasion was, just keep watching. Before we get into it, just so it makes a little bit of sense to you guys, today is Thursday, August 7th, and I started documenting this whole thing last Friday night, to be exact. Last week I went into Marshall's and I found this little fragrance and I thought it was the cutest little thing. I couldn't wait to try it out. So on Friday night, after I took my shower, I decided that I wanted to test it out. I like to test new fragrances right before bed. I don't know why, it's just this little thing that I do. The fragrance that I'm talking about here is called POMME d'Amour. Okay, that's what the box looks like, and it's by a brand called Tutti Delices. After I picked this up, I wanted to know what that meant, so I actually googled it, and lo and behold, it means candy apple, which is also here on the box. I'm gonna take it out so you guys can see what the bottle looks like. So here we go. It has the name POMME d'Amour on it. I really enjoy that. What I love about this scent is that it gives you exactly what you think it's gonna give. It really does smell like a candy apple or a candied apple. It's sweet, it's juicy, it smells like a big red candy apple. Now when I looked up the notes on Fragrantica, I was surprised to see the pyramid here. It says that the top notes are pear and lemon. In the heart we have heliotrope and jasmine, and in the base we have toffee and woody notes. I'm not sure if they made a little mistake with the notes, because I was fully expecting to see red apple. I was expecting to see some sort of like sugar. I was expecting to see a bunch of sweet notes, like a bunch of gourmand notes. I don't know if I'm getting pear and lemon. I don't know if I'm getting all of that. It's possible that that's what I'm smelling. But if I'm being completely honest, it smells like a big, red, sweet candy apple. I must say this. There's a slight synthetic feel in the opening of the fragrance. And at first I was a little, you know, shock. I was like, oh my god, you know, it smells like how much it costs. But if you wait a couple of minutes, trust me, you won't be disappointed. You're gonna get exactly what you think you're supposed to get, which is that beautiful sweet candy red apple scent. Like as I'm talking to you guys and I'm doing this, the scent is lifting up off of my skin and it just smells so freaking good. The following morning when I woke up, I had forgotten what I was wearing, but all I know is that I smelled so good, so sweet, so edible, just like a big red candy apple. It smells so good, guys. It smells so good. Now what I love about this scent is that even though it does give big red sweet candy apple, there's a slight freshness to the scent, and I like that because it kind of breaks up the sweetness just a little bit, just to give the fragrance some interest and just a little bit of, you know, dimension. Because sometimes if a fragrance is too sweet and there's nothing to break up that sweetness, your nose could get a little bit just tired of the fragrance. So I appreciate that little detail in this fragrance. It makes it so much more enjoyable. Unfortunately, I took an early shower that morning because I had something to do that Saturday morning, so I didn't get a chance to see how long it would last. But I think it was very impressive that I woke up the following morning and could clearly smell it as soon as I woke up. So I think this is or was a successful blind buy, and I think it's one that I'm gonna ask you guys to try. If you see this one in Marshall's, totally try it out. I'm also gonna link it down below because FragranceNet does have it on their website for around $14.99. So use my link down below if you think this is something that you may want to try. Again, this is Pomme d'Amour and it's by Tutti Delices. On Saturday, which is typically date night for me and my husband, we don't go out every single Saturday now, but when we do go out, it's typically gonna be on a Saturday. And this past Saturday, we went out to a nice restaurant and it was a nighttime date, of course. So I wanted to smell sweet. I wanted to smell a bit sexy. I wanted to smell flirty, and I especially wanted to wear something that he absolutely loves. And when I tell you that this man is obsessed with this scent, he's obsessed. And even though he doesn't know the name of it or anything like that, I noticed that whenever I wear this scent, he says the same thing. He says that you smell good, and I like that it's not overpowering. I like how sweet it is, but I like how every now and then I get a little whiff of it. That's kind of like exactly what he says. The fragrance that I'm talking about here is Sweet Tooth by Sabrina Carpenter. When this one just came out, everybody was talking about this scent. I really wanted to try it. I had high hopes for this one, and let me tell you, at first I was like, I don't know, this isn't what I was expecting. You know what I'm saying? There was just so many aspects of this fragrance that I was just not expecting. But let me tell you, I have come to realize that the things that nobody mentioned about this fragrance is what I actually love about this fragrance. So much so that I freaking went through a whole bottle. I never do that. I never do. Y'all know that. I never do that. Now, this fragrance has top notes of marshmallow, chocolate, candied ginger, and bergamot. In the heart, we have Madagascar vanilla, coconut milk, and jasmine. And in the base, we have whipped cream, sugar, and musk. At first, when I smelled this fragrance, it gave exactly what I thought it was gonna give. Vanilla, sweet, creamy vanilla. And of course, I'm getting that marshmallow, just like deliciousness, just delicious. What I was not expecting is that dry down. The cashmere wood in this is very prominent. The deeper you go into this fragrance, the longer you wear this fragrance, is the more you get that cashmere wood and the musk. It's the magical part of this scent. But let me tell you, whew, that cashmere wood in the base is so beautiful. Love this. And like I said, my husband goes crazy over this scent and I don't blame him. So yes, on Saturday, I wore Sweet Tooth by Sabrina Carpenter. And what I love about this scent is that it lasts on me. So even when the sweet gourmand notes kind of dissipate, the woody notes, they remain prominent. And I love that. Especially when you put it behind your ear and you kind of move around and you smell your own scent, like, girl. So yes, I wore Sabrina Carpenter's Sweet Tooth on Saturday on a date, and girl, it did everything it was supposed to do. I'll be the first one to admit that I no longer really wear celebrity scents. I still do. The last celebrity fragrance that I purchased was actually Billie Eilish's first fragrance, and I don't think, oh, and I also bought, it was Kylie Jenner's fragrance, which I actually ended up returning because it just was not my type of scent. I did a review on that fragrance. It just didn't do it for me, and I haven't really bought a celebrity fragrance after that. I picked up a celebrity fragrance, a Paris Hilton perfume, the other day, and it's called Electrify. I don't know what made me buy this scent. Maybe just being a bit impulsive, wanted to spend money, just wanted to go home with something new. You know how it is. It was very inexpensive. I don't remember how much I paid for it, but I know it was very cheap. But anyway, on Sunday, we took a ride. Meaning me, my husband, my two kids, took a ride into the city. We weren't gonna do anything special. We basically just took a ride into the city, and I just decided to spray something on, and the something that I decided to spray on was Electrify. So I'm gonna take this out of the box so you guys can see what the bottle looks like, and then we could talk about the scent and talk about, you know, my experience wearing the scent. So this is what the bottle looks like. It's not the most sophisticated bottle, but you know, it's a Paris Hilton perfume. Like, what were we expecting? Now I do have the notes here. First of all, this is a oriental floral fragrance. It opens up with notes of red apple, ozonic notes, cyclamen, and mandarin orange. In the heart we have red poppy, peony, Turkish rose, and magnolia. In the base we have vanilla absolute, coconut, sandalwood, and patchouli. Now I did look at the notes and I thought the notes sounded great. Like, whenever I see fruits and flowers and then some gourmand notes, I always think, oh, I'm gonna like that, because I already know it's gonna have dimensions to it, and I like fragrances like that. Right away when I spray this fragrance out, and I'm gonna spray it again, it's definitely a candied red apple type of scent mixed in with some florals and a slight gourmand touch in the base. What I appreciate about this fragrance is that there's some freshness to the scent. So even though that red apple is sweet and it's candied, there's a nice freshness behind that, and I like that. By looking at the notes on Fragrantica, I like to look at the fragrances that they compare these scents to. And the fragrance that they compare this to is actually a Bath and Body Works scent that I actually have in my collection, which is Forever Red. And let me tell you, yeah, not an exact dupe, but close enough to the point where if someone's wearing this, you may think they're wearing this. The only difference is that Forever Red has that boozy quality because I think they have that rum in there, that vanilla rum. This doesn't have vanilla rum, it just has plain old vanilla in there. So the rum aspect or the boozy aspect is not in here, but they do kind of smell alike, and I'm glad that I have something that I could compare it to so you guys could have an understanding of what it smells like. The experience that I had wearing this scent was just, it was okay. I smelled nice. I smelled sweet and fresh, a little bit gourmand. It was a pleasant scent. Not something I would advise y'all to run out and buy or anything like that, but definitely something I would say, you know what, if you like Forever Red, if you want Forever Red in perfume form, you want something very inexpensive, just something to throw on when you're gonna run errands, if you have a teenage daughter or just a young daughter or a family member, I would say that this one would actually be perfect. I think I'm a little bit too mature and just too experienced to totally enjoy a fragrance like this one, but for what it's worth, it's a nice scent, and I think I wore it on the perfect occasion, just casually, just going out for a ride with my family. Nothing spectacular, but it smells nice. It doesn't smell like a luxury fragrance. It doesn't smell like a designer fragrance. If you're wearing this scent, I think most people would put two and two together and realize that you're probably wearing a fragrance like a celebrity fragrance or something like that. So that's the vibe it gives. You know, nothing wrong with that. I don't care. Me personally, I just like to smell nice. I don't always walk around wanting to smell like $1,000,000. Sometimes I just want to smell nice, and that's exactly what this gives. So that's what I wore on Sunday. This is Electrify by Paris Hilton. On Monday, I didn't really do much of anything. Actually, my daughter, my youngest child, got sick. Nothing serious. She just had a little bit of a temperature, so I stayed home, lounged around a little bit, did some cooking, and of course midday I took a shower. So I decided that I was gonna put some fragrance on, and the fragrance that I decided to wear is one that I've never even worn. Bought it a good couple of years ago, did a video on this one actually, and a lot of people thought I was crazy because I didn't like it. So I decided, you know what, let me just try it. Let me just see, since I'm not going anywhere. If I don't like it, then at least I'm just stuck at home in it. Now the fragrance that I'm talking about here is by Guess, and this one is called 1981 Los Angeles. So that's what the bottle looks like. This fragrance is classified as a floral oriental fragrance. It opens up with notes of red currant, pear, and mandarin orange. In the heart we have peony, orange blossom, jasmine, and orange. In the base we have praline, musk, ambroxan, cedar, and vanilla. Right away when I smell this fragrance, I get the mandarin orange. It's very citric. What it kind of reminds me of, especially when I just spray this on and even into the base, it kind of reminds me of a shower gel, but just not any shower gel, like a male shower gel. I'm not gonna say that that's my favorite way to smell, but I'm gonna say that it is nice because it does have it does give a clean soapy vibe. Maybe not the kind of soap I like, but nonetheless it gives soap. What I never picked up the first time I tried this fragrance many years ago was the sweeter notes in the base of the fragrance, and I kind of realized why I didn't pick up on the sweeter notes, and that's because this fragrance is beautifully executed. You could tell a very experienced perfumer put this fragrance together, because the base notes, even though they're sweet because you have the vanilla, you have the praline, it's never overpowering the citric or the fresh vibe of this scent. You know how you have, say you have a bag of marshmallow, right? You open it up and that dust that kind of hits the back of your nose or it hits the back of your throat, it's not like sweet in your face. It's kind of like in the back of, you know, your senses. If that makes sense. So the sweetness, the vanilla, the praline, the sweeter notes are there, but they're very subtle and they're kind of like just hanging on beneath the citric note, the mandarin orange, and the floral notes. But if I could describe this in the simplest terms so you guys understand, I would say that this does smell like a fresh men's shower gel, very soapy, very clean, giving very fresh vibes, okay? But there's a nice little surprise in the base. You get that vanilla, that praline, so it gives that sweet, you know, vibe. Is this something I'm gonna wear all the time? Probably not. I was very surprised to see that it did linger for a while, like for the whole day. I was able to smell it on myself. That was not an issue. It lasted on me. So this is what I wore on Monday, Guess 1981, Los Angeles. So on Tuesday was a very nice day because it was a little bit unusual. For me and the family, we decided that we were gonna go out to eat at Applebee's, which is my daughter's favorite place to eat. My eldest child, she loves their Alfredo chicken pasta situation. I was in the mood to smell sweet but simple. I just wanted to smell like straight up vanilla. And whenever I want to smell like that, there's only one fragrance that I always pull for, and that is CHOCO Musk. This is the vanilla fragrance. When I want to smell sweet, when I want to smell like vanilla extract, when I want to get compliments, when I want to smell edible, when I just want to smell confident, when I just want to smell amazing, this is the vanilla scent that I'm gonna reach for. It does the trick every single time. A lot of people describe this scent as a chocolatey vanilla. I don't get that at all, and that's okay with me because I really don't like chocolate scents anyway. The only two notes that I get from this fragrance are vanilla and musk. This legit, in my opinion, smell like food grade vanilla, just a tad bit sweeter. And you can see how this macerated, right? You see how dark the liquid looks, so you know it's a little bit sweeter than normal. Ah, it smells so good. Smells so good. And the reason why I chose to wear this scent on Tuesday, knowing I was going to a restaurant, is that it's because I noticed that this is one of those fragrances that I could actually smell on myself when I'm in an environment where I'm usually not able to smell myself, like where you have food and just other scents that's competing with your fragrance. I was able to smell this scent on me all day, and that's what I also love about CHOCO Musk. Other than the fact that it is so inexpensive, it's a good quality scent. I know a lot of people say that they have the oil, which I also want to try out, but I'm not gonna buy or replace this until I finish it. But anyway guys, I wore CHOCO Musk on Tuesday and I really enjoyed it. Yesterday was a very simple day. Me and my husband, we kind of did a lot yesterday. We ran a good couple of errands. We were just running around trying to buy groceries. We were just all over the place yesterday. And the scent that I was wearing while I was running these errands is by LALIQUE, and this one is called Amethyst. If you guys know, you know, okay? If you follow my channel, you know how much I freaking adore this scent. it's actually my travel fragrance. Whenever I'm traveling, whenever I'm going to, like, say, Connecticut, the last time I was in Florida, you know, when I'm just gonna go anywhere for a long period of time, and you know, and I want to wear a fragrance that I think I'm gonna smell good in on any occasion, if I'm looking for something versatile, if I'm looking for something that's gonna have me smelling good all day, if I'm looking for something that's long lasting, if I'm looking for something that I'm not gonna get sick of, if I'm looking for something that I know would not, you know, be offensive to the people around me, this is what I wear. I just absolutely love this fragrance, and the longer you have this on, the more you enjoy it. The first time I wore this fragrance, I didn't like it, and you know, for those of you guys who may still not have warmed up to this scent, I completely understand, but I'm just so glad that I no longer look at this fragrance the same way. To me, this is just so amazing. This is jam-packed with overripe organic purple fruits. It has a soapy, creamy, shampoo-y quality to it, and I mean all of that. Sometimes it smells like hand cream, like something like lotion, like hand cream. Sometimes it smells a little soapy. Sometimes it smells like fruity shampoo. It just smells so good. I think it's so unique. It smells so good to me. So yeah, this is what I wore yesterday to run errands, and I would say that this is like one of my favorite everyday perfume. But then again, I wear this even when I'm going out sometimes, when I'm going somewhere nice, when I'm just gonna hang out casually. It doesn't matter. It's just one of those fragrances I like to just throw on, and I especially love to wear Amethyst to bed because I just smell so freaking good in it. Like, you know how you're sleeping, you turn and then you smell yourself and you're like, yes, yeah, this scent. The last fragrance on this list is the fragrance that I'm actually wearing today, which is by ZARA, and it's called Violet Blossom. This is legit my favorite ZARA fragrance. It smells so good. It smells so good. So I wore this one last night after a shower. Got up this morning, took another shower, put this back on because I was like, girl, I want to just continue on with this scent. I was like, I'm not done with it. I'm like, no, I'm not done with this scent. It smells so good. I woke up this morning, ran to the bathroom to use the bathroom, and I kept thinking to myself, what did I spray on last night? What did I spray on last night? Then I remember Violet Blossom, ZARA. This fragrance is so beautiful. It's classified as a floral fragrance. This has notes of cherry blossom, magnolia, and tonka bean. As I smell this scent, I'm gonna be honest, I'm not getting any of those notes. I'm not getting cherry blossom or magnolia or tonka bean. I don't know. I'm not getting that. What I was expecting to see in the pyramid here is actually maybe like plum or something like that, because it does give that dark fruity type of vibe. Sure, I get the floral scent, I get the floral aspect of the scent, but oh my god, I don't know, I'm just getting something like a purple fruit type of scent, maybe plum. It's musky, and maybe I was thinking maybe violet was in here because there's a slight powderiness, like there's a clean powderiness in here. So I was expecting violet to actually be in the scent. So if I could put my notes together, I would actually say, you know, plum, like a deep, sweet, dark plum with maybe a little bit of violet, of powdery violet, and maybe some musk, maybe something. Yeah, that's what I get, man. It smells so good. This is definitely, in my opinion, it could pass for a nighttime scent, but you could wear this throughout the day because of the freshness of the scent, because of how sweet it is, but because of how dark it is. I could also see me wearing this one at night because it does give a vampy type of feel, but there's that freshness to it that kind of breaks up that dark, deep feel and makes it a little bit more lighthearted. It smells so good. It smells really, really good. It's my favorite ZARA scent. This is my favorite ZARA scent. This is Violet Blossom. That's all the time that I have for today. Let me know what you thought about the video. All the fragrances will be listed in the description box for those of you guys who are interested. Okay guys, so I'll see y'all in the next upload. Bye.